Hello and welcome to TB3 Sports Talk, episode 116. It's good. Lightning, not good. Rays, great. I think that's kind of the synopsis of the episode.
You know, a wise man once told me, and I don't know what wise man it was, when one door closes, another door opens.
Amen to that.
And that's what Tampa Bay sports are right now. The Lightning, a crushing defeat Sunday night. A fun story about that, I graduated college this last Sunday night. So I was on the floor of the Stephen O.C. O'Connell Center as they were calling out names from other colleges before me, watching the Lightning game on my phone when the Montreal Canadiens scored that absolutely stupid goal to take the lead.
So frustrating.
And it was so I watched the Lightning get eliminated on the floor at my graduation. So
I hate puck luck, but I mean, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Absolutely. We'll get into that. Some quotes about puck luck, some quotes from John Cooper about puck luck, and then Andrei Vasilevsky kind of pushing back on his own coach's quotes, which was a little
I was this close to going to the game. I really thought about it.
How much? The tickets weren't too bad,
So
right?
they were like 180 right when they won Game 6.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. So I looked, they were 180, and I foolishly was like, all right, let me just see if they go down.
Oh, yeah, you can't wait on
and
those ones.
But I was like, I don't want to spend 180. So like, if they go down to like 150, I'd swing it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, they don't win at home. They just don't win at home. Am I really about to drop 180, 280 for this? And I didn't do it. I feel bad. They would have won had I been in the building.
Wow.
But yes, they would have.
Okay, I love that. So then that feeling of they would have won if I was in the building should have.
It's just I was still too scared.
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, we'll talk about it because obviously Sunday the Lightning, season ends. 4th year in a row they have gone out in the first round since their 2022 Stanley Cup final appearance, and then before that their back-to-back Stanley Cup wins. Joel mentioned it. 2-11 in their last 13 home playoff hockey games. That is quite frankly.
They're gonna have to start giving away tickets at this point.
Yeah, that is quite frankly. I don't throw out the word embarrassing a lot in sports.
It's humiliating.
I think that word is overused. That is humiliating. That is embarrassing. That just can't happen. I understand hockey. I would say home ice it means the least in all of the major sports, but still. That's embarrassing. That's a poor show on a fans that have one of the longest sellout streaks in the NHL. It's a poor reflection on an organization that has a whole lot of playoff success in that building before you, and to be 2-11 in their last 13 home games, get eliminated on home ice. I think it's the last 3 seasons and 4 out of the past 5 seasons. That's bad. That's really bad. That is just it can't happen, and that kind of leads to. Where do we go with this team? Where do we go with this core? Is the window closed? I know there's some great stories. There is some young players that stepped up. There's some people who had career years like Darren Radish who might be gone because of
The salary cap's going up a lot though, so I think we might be able to keep him.
I don't know, man. His quote his exit press conference was pretty
good.
telling. Like he was gonna leave. Saying I got to do what's best for me. I got to look at the market. Ask Julian about that.
If they want to keep him, they can.
Yes, but they would have to. Pretty much that would be their offseason move as they keep him.
I mean, if we're staying put.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is Joel does his core have another run in them? Does his core need a shakeup? Not saying it needs a rebuild, but maybe a shakeup. Or would you be okay as a Lightning fan, as a person who goes to a game, a person who watches, a person who buys subscriptions, whatever? Would you be okay if they pretty much ran back the same team with maybe some 3rd and 4th line changes?
I mean, at this point, we're kind of in the situation with the Penguins. It's like, do you want mediocrity? Do you want to be the Buffalo Sabres where you ain't sniffing it since like 2006? So, I mean, I think at this point you almost have to, like, unless Connor McDavid's like knocking on the door, trying to get in the building. Like, I don't really see what more you could do.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that. I do. Last season, I think me and you both were on this show. Talking about Nikita Kucherov trade, and to be honest,
I mean the book's out on him at this point, though.
That's kind of my opinion too. But I do think there's guys with value on this team. I think you would maybe look at a guy like Braden Point, as his
book's
value
out on him too.
Yes, but he is still young, and I think you can. you can swing that his playoff struggles this season was due to that injury that he came back from. I think you could strike while the iron's hot for him. I mean, I look at a guy like Anthony Cirelli. He didn't have a goal in this series. True. You know, he was silent in this series. A lot of people have gone at Cooch or Braden Point, but and I know Cirelli goal scoring is not his full thing, but and then it's just, and then I also look at Nikita Kucherov, and hasn't recorded a point in a Game 7 in his career. One goal in his past 20-plus playoff games. Scored it in Game 2. Big goal, but that's his only in, a long, long time. And I do think that, I was hearing some other guys. This isn't my original thought, but I do think that Nikita Kucherov does benefit from being in the Tampa Bay market. He benefits from not having a New York or a Boston people coming at his head. And I do think because of this Tampa Bay market, and we know the media is pretty easy on players and coaches here. Unless you're named Todd Bowles, everyone seems to give you time and excuse. And I think a lot of people do that for Nikita Kucherov. And again, he is one of the 5 best players in hockey. He is a perennial, 100-plus point scorer, just super, super talented guy. But again, he is now a perennial playoff dropper, and he has struggled. And you look at this, and he's also he has that A on his chest. He has it all. He has that A on his chest, and he's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's grumpy. He's stuck up. He went to his exit press conference. 4 minutes he was up there. 4 minutes. Man. Julian Brisebois was up there for 35-plus minutes. Cooch was up there for 4 minutes. It's just, there's no accountability with him. There's no change. It's the same grumpy guy. It's the same, again, the book's out on him. You just said, it's easy. You just frustrate him, and he's out. And he does too much, and he turns the puck over too much. So I am frustrated with him. I don't think he should be, the A next season. I don't think he should have
that. You give that to Hagel.
I think Hagel should absolutely have that. And I do think it's just, you have your C, who was not present. We're praying for you, Victor Hedman. We understand mental health things. But again, he wasn't there. He wasn't on the ice. He wasn't present for the last, couple months of the season. There's no change to that. And then your A is a stuck-up, grumpy guy. That hurts the play on the field or on the ice. Game 5, you laid a dud. Awful. You laid a dud. Brandon Hagel, says it. Your best players weren't your best players. You looked slow. You looked lazy. You looked uninspired. Game 5, and probably the biggest swing game of the series. There's things that have to change. I don't know if that's personnel. I don't know if that's the way the team is run. But there is things that have to be changed.
Yeah, but it's just. It'd be so hard. I think, you just kind of enjoy the show while it's here. The show's never going to have that grand finale. And eventually it'll just fizzle away off into nothingness.
And that's a sad way to go out. I feel like the Lightning are a better franchise than that. But it might be the
Penguins are like the best of the best, and that's what they've been riding. So.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
Kings kind of went through the same thing. It seems to be... I don't know. Hockey doesn't blow it up as much as you think.
No, and I agree with that, but there has to be at least a change in the way they're managed. Hagel's got to get that A. There's something has to change.
I'd be all about it. I'm not saying I wouldn't be for it.
Yeah.
I think even without some of Hedman's troubles, it might be toward the end of his time with Tampa there. Yeah. Anyways, Kucherov
is looking for an extension.
If you could guarantee me that Connor McDavid would at least consider coming, I would shed some of this core for a guy like him.
Yeah, the problem is you're not going to be able to do a straight up Cooch for McDavid.
No.
You're probably going to have to do a Kucherov and a young
player.
But
I think McDavid's got a year, a year or two after this. So if you knew he was coming in the door in a couple of years, I'd be willing to kind of retool to that point. If that means what is it? What's it starts with a T with teams who'll do it behind their backs. Totering or something. That's not the word.
Tampering. Yeah,
we can do some tampering.
Yeah.
Here.
Everyone tampers.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, if everybody else is doing it, let's tamper and get David in the door.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be a pipe dream. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Another thing I did want to touch is you mentioned kind of the puck luck, John Cooper, kind of has been on the bad side of 2 games, pivotal games, whether that is the gold medal game with U.S. and Canada and the, Game 7 Lightning versus Montreal, where his team has, hugely outshot the opponent and still come out with a loss. Take that as you will. That's hockey. That's what it is. But obviously, when you outshoot someone, usually that team wins. So he mentions puck luck and being on the other side of it and stuff like that. Then, later on, Andrei Vasilevsky in his exit interview says that, that's been our excuse for a long time. I'm tired of that excuse.
That's true.
And I do think that's just an interesting point to kind of, bring up and talk about. Like, I do think that you look at, that there's like a power shift in the locker room. I feel like there is uneasiness at the top. There is kind of a restlessness amongst these top guys, and I think it's holding them back. And I think if they don't change the personnel, they have to figure out what's going to work for this leadership team. The play style, is it going to be rah-rah? Do they need to, be treated like vets, or do they need to go back to something when they were younger and how they were treated from John Cooper? Or what? I don't know what it is. I'm not in that locker room, but something has to change. And I do think kind of just displaying whether it's Kuch's lack of leadership, Vasilevsky's kind of pushing back on Cooper's, sentiment after the game. I think there is some quarrels going on in the Tampa Bay locker room that is going to have to be ironed out if they're ever going to want to get past the first round.
Let me ask this. If the cap is going up, would you let go of it's Radish is the goal scorer, the defensive goal. Would you let go of him to make room to trade for Stamkos? Because I saw I think he had at least 30 goals this season.
I think it's 40.
I think it was 40.
Yeah.
I was underselling him. I knew it was a lot.
Yeah, I would most definitely do that.
Because we've been bringing the gang back. We got Gord back. We got Madonna back.
No, I would. I think that I don't know if paying Darren Radish right now is the wisest choice. I know he's had a really good season, but season is kind of an anomaly.
Might have been a Cinderella season.
Yeah, exactly. I always just get worried. I mean, me and Will and you, we always talk about the contract year play and what is going to happen once they get that contract. Are they going to regress? Are they going to play as hard as they did in that contract year? Because they're playing for generational wealth. That's what he's playing for, and he's going to get it. He's going to get $5 plus $6 million for a team. And I just don't know, especially if Hedman's coming back and he can play on that line with J.J. Moser instead of Darren Radish and kind of because Darren Radish was, so effective because he pretty much took Victor Hedman's spot. Yeah. And he was, commanding the power play just like Victor Hedman. So again, some of that comes from circumstance. Like, is that more of a role of production than the player of production? Because again, if you're the top of the power play for the Lightning, you have Nikita Kucherov all season long, giving you a nice pass and shooting lanes, you're going to play good. So I would be wary to pay Darren Radish. I like him. I obviously, great story. He's gone through a lot this season. Great story. Awesome. The Bald Eagle. Great nickname. But, I would be very wary to pay Darren Radish. I would almost prefer to see that money used elsewhere.
But I'm scared though, because even before, it was just a weird season ahead, man. It's like, what are we getting next year? So it's like Radish is kind of the insurance policy of sort.
It's true, but I know Victor Hedman. I know he's old. He's getting older, but he's been a model of consistency for a long, long time.
I'm scared. That's kind of the scariest thing going into this season.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's if you're gonna lean on Victor Hedman, you got to hope that Victor Hedman's reverting back to those old ways. He's one of my favorite Lightning players ever. I'm gonna believe in him. Yeah, so I guess if you're watching on YouTube, man, let us know your thoughts. Can the Lightning run it back with the same core? Do they need to blow it up? Thoughts on the game, the series, thoughts on some of the quotes. We didn't hit all of them, but, would you re-sign Darren Radish? There's a lot of stuff, and we'll have plenty of off-season content for the Lightning coming up. But we want to be happy.
Yeah, let's get some good.
Man,
get some good in the room.
Tampa Bay Rays. Winners of 12 of their last 13 games. Man,
and like 9 of their last 10 at home, right?
10 in a row at home.
I think I went to their last home loss.
That's really sad. Yeah. So what makes you think you've been such good luck in Game 7 in Amalie, bro?
Hey, I went to a win during the win streak at home. That's got to be worth something.
But yeah, man, I went a couple Saturdays ago. Trop is amazing, and it's buzzing. 10 straight wins for the Tampa Bay Rays. I mean, what's sticking out to you most about the Rays on the field, man?
It's a team effort. Like, it's just like I can't even really think of many home runs of recent. It's just hit after hit, moving guys along, small ball, putting the ball where it's got to go. Bullpen. I mean, what happened to this bullpen? Baker, man, he can bake.
He can bake. Cole Sulser, out of nowhere. This guy, Cole Sulser. I mean, he's got a 2.75 ERA. He was a long inning, eat up the innings guy last season. I mean, you're right. The bullpen has been amazing.
So good.
Yeah, dude, there's some streak the bullpen is on, but I mean,
and even with some of the injuries that we're going through, we're still like next man up. Like it's just working.
Yeah, you think about the starting rotation. You got Ryan Pepio out, you have Joe Boyle out, and you have now Steven Matz out, and it's just next man up. You got Jesse Schulten stepping up. You got Griffin Jack stepping up. You got Nick Martinez, who has one of the
Cy Young
Cy
potential?
Martinez. I think he has the best ERA in baseball right now. I mean, he is just on
fire. It's like how often do you win comeback player of the year and Cy Young? That's like could it be?
Yeah, it's
what are the odds?
Yeah, amazing. Shane McClanahan is working on 16.2 innings of scoreless baseball.
Awesome today, Wednesday.
I mean, awesome. I agree. The changeup looks great. His last 3 starts have been absolutely out of this world, phenomenal. And then you got Drew Rasmussen. You forget about him, but the dude's just solid as they come.
I mean, he's the ace. He's the ace.
Yeah, pitching has been amazing. 13 straight games where the Rays have held their opponents to 3 runs or fewer. That is the longest streak of 3 runs or fewer in franchise history. There are only 5 teams that have had a streak of. Hold on, I have a stat here. Okay. This is as of yesterday. There's only 5 teams in MLB history that have allowed 13 or fewer runs combined in an 11-game stretch. 2 of those teams were World Series champions. The Rays became the 5th. Just saying. Just super
we're in
impressed.
Good company.
Yes, we are in good company. Super impressed. And then you look at this offense, man. You talk about a team effort. You talk about guys knowing their roles and doing it to perfection. You talk about Chandler Simpson hitting over 300, just coming in with the clutch hits all the time long. And then you look at a guy, Ben Williamson has really, really picked it up recently. He has been, just solid down the line. Johnny DeLuca's having a good year.
Johnny DeLuca's awesome.
He has been awesome.
His defense has been great.
Absolutely.
Getting hits when he's gotta.
Yeah, and
he's a little clutch. He
is. And you talk about defense. Ray's record since Taylor Walls has been back has been pretty amazing, and he has stabilized this defense.
Give him the C.
Yeah, and he has stabilized this defense. He has made them, so much better. You have Junior Caminero, where he was leading the league in errors early on in the season, and now.
Lights out.
He made some great plays.
Last 2 days, I was paying attention. I was like, okay.
Yes, he has made some great plays out there. And you mentioned the outfield defense. DeLuca, super good. Chandler Simpson, super improved. Cedric Mullins, for how much he has struggled at the plate, he is a great defender. And he really does.
I mean, he is. He's good.
Yes,
he's good.
But I agree. He's been bad at the plate.
Johnny DeLuca's been good, though. So it's like, we're getting there. We're almost there.
We are. Yeah. And, Ryan Valade, close enough. Welcome back, Mike Brasso. Ryan Valade, I like to call him. Hit 273 with a 720 OPS. Hit his first home run Monday night against the Blue Jays. The Rays are on a 6-game win streak. Double sweeps at Tropicana Field. I think it was just the 5th time in franchise history they've swept the entire homestand. First time since that beautiful 2023 season early on. So, super impressed with the Rays. Yeah, it's fun to watch them. And you do talk about a team who has a style of play that they're firm in, and they're playing their roles. Like, they just offensively, your leadoff guy, Chandler Simpson, all he's trying to do is hit a single. That is all he's trying to do is hit a single. Your big boppers in the middle, you also, can't look past the fact that while we can give the love to all of these guys, these supplemental pieces, up and down the lineup, you need your big boppers to be big boppers. And, Junior Caminero, 252 average at 816 OPS, 9 home runs. Yandy Diaz hitting 318 at 874 OPS. and 5 home runs and 22 RBIs. Jonathan Aranda, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs.
He's been quietly really good. Because I kind of been pointing a finger at him. It's like, wait, he's been awesome.
Yeah, and he is super. I mean, one of the league leaders in RBIs so far. And those 3 guys, really make all the other guys, be able to perform and look better, and just super impressed with those guys. And then the supplemental pieces, like the guys, like you mentioned, Ryan Vilade. What is his job? Hit lefties. He hits lefties. And you look at Johnny DeLuca. What is your job? Just spray the ball around the field and play good defense. That's what he's doing. Nick Fortes, what's your job? Hit at the bottom of the lineup, make clutch hits, lay down a bunt, and play good defense behind the plate.
He's still hitting above 260. Yeah. I was just going to go check. I'm like, he's still there.
Exactly. And it's just like, you got to give this team is super connected. Yanni Diaz, I was listening to his post-game interview yesterday after the Rays comeback win, and he said this is the most energetic team that he's ever been a part of. And you could see that. You could see that this team likes playing with each other. They like each other. They're connected. They cheer on each other's success. I think we mentioned this last week when I was with Will. This is a congealed, cohesive unit. This is not 9 baseball players charting out. This is a team, and that's why they're winning. And again, for all the stuff that's been going on, the last couple years, the ups, the downs, the problems, the trades, whatever it is, it's just never felt like a team like this. This just feels like the Rays of old.
Yeah.
Back in Tropicana Field, I think 14-4 in Tropicana Field. Best home winning percentage in the MLB so far.
And so I think they lost 2 or 3 in one of the first series.
Yes.
So aside from that, we're probably blank in 1 or something.
Yes, we've lost 2 series. Both the NL Central teams come in, we lose the series against them.
If it's the World Series against an NL Central team, I might need to put my money on the NL Central.
I think 16-2 for the Rays against the AL this season.
Have you seen how bad the AL is? It's so bad.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
I think us and the Yankees I think the Athletics are the only teams.
And the Athletics are one game above. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yes.
Because then you look at the National League and it's the worst teams only 2 games below 500.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I'm sure that will even out as the AL teams start playing each other.
It's just funny to take note of.
Yeah. No, I agree. 6-0 against the AL East so far. I will take that all day long.
Keep it up. We got the Sox coming in.
Yeah, 4 game not coming in. We're going out.
No, we're
going to
out.
Fenway. Yeah.
Yikes.
Going to Fenway. Yeah, I don't hate Fenway. Fenway, I think the Rays are kind of I don't have as many bad memories at Fenway.
It's just the fans.
No, I don't like them. I mean, I don't like eating. I think overall, the city of Boston, I think is worse than New York. Specifically baseball, Yankee fans are worse. That's my take.
Sox fans are a little grosser.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's...
Sox fans smell worse.
Dude, I remember the Sox fans were just causing so many fights when I went in 2021 for that playoff game.
They probably smelled really bad,
yeah,
too.
They probably did. They were fighting over, wanting to close their nose because they smelled so bad.
Speaking of our rivals, the Yankees are losing 6-1 right now.
That's good. We can gain a game.
So we're about to be tied up.
Let's go. Yeah, another thing I did want to mention. 10 comeback wins for the Rays so far this season. That's tied for the most in MLB. They have 5 comeback wins when trailing in the 8th inning or later this season.
Somebody was saying, I think it was one of Orestes Estrada's friends, was saying that that's not good because that means you're down a lot, but I don't know. It's still pretty magical.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if they're down more than other teams. There's plenty of games the Rays are playing ahead. They did it today. They did it in the first game of the series. They're just cashing in.
That's true.
And winning when they're down more than other teams.
Yeah, they're winning when they're up and when they're down.
Exactly. They're hitting 271 this season in the 8th inning or later. That'll play. Yeah. So... I don't know, Joel. Anything we missed about the Rays? I mean, they're just fun, man.
I think what you were saying this earlier about the culture. We're back in Tropicana. We played for Tropicana. Yankee Stadium wasn't built for us, wasn't made for us. And as well, Stu's gone. It's just there's a breath of fresh air. It's got to be mentioned.
And you know what?
They probably smell the sweet grass of the Tampa Stadium growing as we speak, and life's good.
Yeah, but it's gonna feel the Rays without the Trops weird. It's gonna feel weird
Without the Trop?
The Rays out of the Trop.
It will.
It will. It's not gonna feel the same.
It's gonna be like, what, did we get to stay in this nice house? We need to go back to the shack. This house isn't ours, right? This is just vacation.
Speaking on the sentiment of Stu being gone, whole lot of fire deals at Tropicana Field this season. I know they got those Rays Rush tickets. There's every
The
weekend.
$10 ones? Yeah.
No, there's like a text offer that everyone gets every weekend. Like last week, you get the all-inclusive.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah,
it was cheaper for the upper
It was
deck.
$28 for the all-inclusive as opposed to $49. But it was a flash sale on the text.
Okay, I did see that. It didn't really register the price difference.
Yeah, but it's a different. I think it's a different text and deal every weekend. I'm pretty sure. That's fun.
That's the Jacksonville guy. The Jacksonville guy knows how to do it.
Well, Kim Babby. So he's the new kind of president of team operations guy. He has experience with other MLB teams.
Jacksonville Shrimp or whatever.
I think he has MLB experience as well.
Too? Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
I think so. Yeah, I like it. And then I gotta go to one of those all inclusive.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I eat some hot dogs, bottomless drinks, sodies. Yeah, that's exciting. And I mean, you weren't on, but Saturday when I went 2 Saturdays ago, got the pretzels.
So good.
Oh my gosh!
I'm surprised you can have those.
God finds a way.
Huh.
God provides. Usually, I think it's just like cinnamon sugar, like just
The
icing
though.
is just
cinnamon sugar. Huh.
Or not cinnamon sugar, just sugar.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't know. I had them. I had no problems.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. But yeah,
they have pool tables now too.
What?
Yeah, in the bar downstairs, there's pool tables that are coins.
Oh yes. I was down. I went to the bathroom by there. Yeah. Underneath Ballpark and Rec.
Because I was trying to find them and I found them.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. I haven't. I know you were not as thrilled about the 162 landing.
So sad. It's so sad. I hate it. I'm glad they put effort into it, but I hate it.
No, I agree. Like, I think that visually, I think it looks better, a little bit better visually.
Yeah, because you can kind of see it before you kind of be like,
yeah.
No, I'm not going into the area. Don't worry, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah.
Because they'd always get mad at you when you looked at it. I was like, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, but I do think you made a good point. Like, they're not telling the full story.
But I guess people already know the details, baby.
No. That wall is for, son. You know what this is?
Yeah,
this is game 162. You know what happened?
You go over there, you tell your girlfriend all about it, even if she doesn't care.
Exactly. And the kid, maybe your girlfriend doesn't care, but your kid's like, whoa,
true, that's
wild, So now you have to fill in the gaps, and maybe some of us, I know myself, our memories aren't as good. Sometimes we need these guiding steps for our memory. So
I wanted it to be longer. I wanted it to be like, okay, April, we got rid of Carl Crawford. Mid-April, Manny Ramirez leaves. Like I needed that stuff on that mural, but they didn't have that. So maybe third time's a charm.
That can be when you produce a documentary about Game 162. You can add all of that stuff.
It's needed.
All right.
I think we're covered.
Yeah. Comment down below. What are you feeling like for the Rays? Who's been your most favorite breakout player this season? Has it been Ryan Vilade, Johnny DeLuca, Brian Baker, someone I didn't mention? Who's it been? And yeah. If you're watching this and you love the Rays, the Bucks, the Lightning, or even the USF Bulls, Joel's got a shirt on. USF Bulls. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We got you covered during the seasons and the off seasons of all the sports. Last week we did a trifecta. We talked Bucks draft, we did Lightning playoffs, and we did Rays. We got you covered with all the content you need as we get into closer to USF football. We got you covered with live reports from the practice. So, again, you want to subscribe to the channel. And you know what? You want to talk about sports with your friends, so share the video with a friend. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on X. Again, daily content coming at you guys. You don't want to miss that. And be as informed as a Tampa Bay fan as you possibly can. So thank you guys for watching. And most importantly, have a beautiful and blessed night. You get the mouse.
Oh, they're going to hit space.